are inevitable. Handle them. People of power are undone not by the mistakes they make, but by the way they deal with them. The mistake does not vanish with an apology. It deepens and festers. It's better to cut it off instantly, distract attention from yourself, and focus attention on a convenient scapegoat. Do not give people time to ponder your responsibility or your possible incompetence. The bloody sacrifice of the scapegoat seems a barbaric relic of the past, but the practice lives on to this day, if indirectly and symbolically. Since power depends on appearances, and those in power must seem never to make mistakes, the use of scapegoats is as popular as ever. Besides conveniently shifting blame, a scapegoat can serve as a warning to others. Example of Cesare Borgia.
Almost prison
Robert
body.
Greene took the following right out of Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince. Cesare Borgia used the scapegoat to gain control of large parts of Italy. He gave Ramiro di Orco, a cruel and vigorous man, absolute powers. With extreme violence, he would enforce Cesare's rule with brutal justice and grow hated by the local population. To guard his own reputation, to avoid being associated with Orco's gruesome actions, to calm the people's scream for revenge, he publicly stated that he had in no way ordered Orco to do what he did, and imprisoned, beheaded, and blamed him. Cesare had painted a pleasing picture for the public, who not only wished Orco's death, but that his cruelty be repaid. Next to his headless body, Orco's head was spiked up on a pike. To quote Achilles fighting Hector at the temple of the sun god, "Why would I kill you now, young prince, if no one sees how you fall?" Cesare built a spectacle for everyone to see. Not only can you use others as scapegoats, but you can make them your cat's paw. In the fable, the monkey grabs the paw of his friend, the cat, and uses his paw to get it.
Positive characteristics that we might possess. Imperfection abounds everywhere. It's part of our intrinsic nature. And telling ourselves that we would be happier if we could just fix them is not a path you want to go down. So, for example, if you feel you're overweight, it's
from noticing that you are the one responsible. Let's
talk in a minute about how this works. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to have the assistance of counsel for the defense. So if the police interrogate or arrest you, asking for what charges to search your right.
Like many women still today, she
Probable cause means police must have clear facts or evidence that believe you're involved in criminal activity. In other words, an officer's hunch without evidence of illegal activity is not enough to search you or arrest you. But it doesn't take much. Most avoidable police search
murdered to secure her own rule. This extreme
based on my experience. That you enjoy shelter, that you have relatively good health, and many other things. It is a natural disposition of ours to turn a blind eye to the things that we already have and focus solely on the things we wish we could have. You get the life partner of your dreams, for example, but once you're in a relationship, accept yourself, the whole world that accepts you. One of the core teachings of Taoism is to let go of the need to fight against our own nature, against our own flaws, and accept ourselves for who we are. According to Taoism, when we learn to accept
seducing and daring.
She witnessed her father, Ptolemy XII, get overthrown and banished by her elder sisters. Therein she emerged as the leader of the rebellion and had her older sisters imprisoned, and her own husband murdered as the secure of This explains violence on one of her old neighbors, public December, and 4 years later,
There is an additional lesson for men to be learned.
she get the throne for herself. In 41 BC, she would use the same tactics on Mark Antony. She was able to reduce both of these very powerful and dangerous men to her cat's paws, doing exactly what she wanted them to. And that's how this life. However, there is an additional lesson for men. For example, would be liquid objects of desire and making out what all in law is not for Josephine was inexperienced in the art of love. She confided in the infamous courtesan of 17th century France, Ninon de Lencamp, to instruct him on how to seduce a virtuous young man.
reasonable suspicion requires less evidence than probable cause, but it basically means the officer has some specific reason to believe that you're up to something. For example, police can legally stop someone who matches the description of a criminal suspect. A suspect who drops a suspicious object after seeing the police. Or someone who runs away after seeing the police. Don't ever run from the police. That's part of what the officers can use for probable cause. And they'll run you down and make you regret it. But if you see police approaching, be calm and assert your rights if need be. But don't run. See, this is how they get you. Police come knocking at your door saying, "Hey there, we've got a new safety program. Can we search your home?" Hell no. You don't have to let them in. Even if the police have probable cause, the Fourth Amendment requires them to get a signed search warrant from a judge to enter and search your home. Unless there's a serious emergency, they can't come in without a search warrant. But they don't need a warrant if you invite them in. When the officers came knocking, Karen could have talked to them outside and closed the door behind her.